Hello everyone, how you going and welcome to CrappyDesign, the place that just really shows you how spending a bit more cash on a real solid professional can really go a long way. Some of these posts you go, wow, I didn't even know you could get that out there. So let's have a look at the caliber of designers we've got today. Want to vote without going inside? Just come on inside and request it. Curbside voting available, request within. Oh man. See, right off the bat we're getting such quality posts where this person is just obviously, it's too easy. If you don't want to come in, you just have to come in and tell people that you're not going to be coming in, so you don't have to come in. It's so simple. Why would anyone have a problem with this? It's too easy. Especially because it's for the disabled. So you try to provide accessibility to some people that may not be able to get out and about to go to wherever. And I guess you may not have postal voting or whatnot. So they're going, okay, we'll request within. So yeah, they really just want to make you do all the effort of going and voting, and they don't have any options for you besides that. I also love how it just looks like it's on the ground. Oh, yep. All the way down on the ground. No one will see it. No one cares. They've really done everything possible to try and get people to come in. And it just, well, I guess it's worked. I don't know. You saw it. I don't know if you're disabled or not, but yeah. This definitely isn't very inclusive to those with a disability. Bins found at a zoo I went to today. Cute idea, but just yikes. Feed me landfill. Feed me plastic and cans. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like a good message and a bad message. I think from a kid's perspective, it makes sense because it's like they can make the connection between putting landfill and whatnot into there. But then as an adult, you go, oh, that's kind of hits a bit too close to home. You know, obviously with the fact that pollution and plastic and whatnot is definitely tearing some of the environments of these animals apart. You know, they're not sea life, which is obviously the major one that is being hit hard. But to give them some credit, I guess it would be really hard to make both an interactive but educational kind of bin process. You know, you're trying to make something cute, so often you have to use animals, but then you know what they're for. They're bins. How are you going to make that anything but what it is? At least they didn't say like, oh, I love landfill or something like that. Like, yeah, even though it says feed me landfill and feed me plastic cans, they're not like, oh, this is so great. So hopefully the parents can kind of step in and explain things if need be, but yeah. Definitely, it's really difficult, I guess, to try and do this. I'm fairly sure Luna Park has a similar thing. I don't know if they use animals or people or what. I think there's actually two kind of circus-looking guys. I don't know, but yeah, it's a similar kind of idea, and it's all a bit wrong. So yeah, poor designers had to come up with this. I wonder if they were like, oh, I really don't know what to do, but this is the best we've got. This is how it's supposed to be. All right, you got a pot. Was that sausages? Why are you steaming sausages? What? Oh, it comes out the handle. Wow, so is it all the way through? Wow, that's incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a handle actually poke into the pot. I really want to see the reverse angle. Not that they give it, but I'd love to see a reverse angle to see it must be some kind of hole all the way into the pot. But then you wouldn't be able to fill it up. If you needed to use it in a bowl circumstance compared to a plate circumstance, well, you're stuffed. And also, the fact that there's steam coming out of it seems as though it's getting really hot. You know, as a metal handle, surely you don't want it to be getting too hot. You're going to have to handle the thing at some point. So yeah, someone just really didn't think that one through. Maybe it's a manufacturing error, or I wonder where down the line this just got stuffed up. I wonder how long this person has had that pot for, and they finally went, you know what, this is crappy design. You know, I've dealt with this thing for so long, and I've done it and done it and done it, but I'm finally going to get me some karma. And well, they did, didn't they? But yeah, it's very strange. I can only imagine there's a hole in the other end, but I don't know where the steam's coming from. It's not like you're steaming vegetables or anything. They're just sausages. There'd be a bit of oil splatter, but nothing else. Nothing like steam coming out. So it's all just a bit confusing, really. But hey, maybe those sausages were pretty good. So, you know, as long as it cooks stuff and you don't burn yourself, that's what all the pan meant to do. I don't think these images are to scale. Whoa, but automatic pet feeder for cats and dogs. Oh my goodness. See, but we don't get the scale in this. I mean, you can kind of get it. You can see that it's not that big, but you don't actually know how big it is from this photo. They have definitely photoshopped a dog onto there that is smaller than it should be, and the woe pet, whatever it is, way bigger. I just want to know how big it is. I guess you can kind of see on the right there seems to be what looks like a stove or something on the right. I guess you could kind of say it's probably about, I don't know, what, 30 centimeters high? Maximum 40. No way it's bigger than that. And there it's about a meter tall. I mean, but the thing is, at least you can see in the box. You're like, you didn't order it online, or hopefully you didn't. I don't know, maybe you did. But if you bought the box in store, you can see how big it is. It's not like you're going to be getting a meter high thing in a 300 high box. It just doesn't work like that. I do find it incredible how companies can get away with stuff like this, where it's like completely off scaling, or different colors, or just whatever it is. It's not the actual product in the photo or whatever it is. The fact that it's not considered false advertising and all the different sub branches within that is just crazy. It just must be a legal minefield to try and go through it all, but then also work with graphic designers and everything. Because, you know, in this, they've tried to make the actual product the forefront of the image. They don't want to make the dog the forefront of the image, so they have to make it massive. But yeah, it must be really difficult to get it right, and obviously this side's completely wrong. I mean, you could have rotated the toilet, but whatever. Oh, it's not even done well. The poor tilers that had to chip that out to fit the toilet in. I wonder if it was something to do with the plumbing, or I don't know, like they got the toilet and then they core drilled the floor too close to the wall and they couldn't fit any toilet and they had to go on the diagonal. You know, I always play devil's advocate for something because I just hopefully can't imagine that people have done this without some forethought, or somewhere down the line something didn't go wrong or whatnot. But oh man, that just looks so dodgy. They didn't even cut the tiles right, they just kind of smashed them out. I mean, maybe, I don't know, we can't see the door, but maybe it interferes with the door if it doesn't recess into the wall like that. But surely there is some toilets out there that would fit into whatever space you're fitting there. I think it's more so the fact that it's such a poorly done job that it's on an angle. If this was in a really high-end apartment, you wouldn't even doubt it if it was a recess into the wall really nicely. But when it's done shoddily like this, then you go, wow, that's some really crappy design. Who designed this? I just refuse to believe that there wasn't something that went wrong, or that someone actually made the decision to do it like this, because that's more work than putting it flush against the wall. But sadly, we just don't get the backstory to so many of these posts, and just even a different angle to show, you know, maybe the door does swing, or maybe it's 10 meters away, who knows. Columns don't touch the ground. What? That's so weird. That looks photoshopped. Why would they do that? That's like, in case of emergency where building's going to fall over, it's training wheels is what that is. I was trying to look as though it was just random perspective, but no, it's actually floating. Like, you can see the brickwork in the back here is there. Like, it's such an optical illusion, it's crazy. Wow, I can't say I've ever seen anything like that. That's incredible. I'm just baffled as to how that was even done in the first place. Like, I almost feel as though surely they were done and then chopped, but to chop that you wouldn't be able to, so they have to have been done in the first place. It's so random. I can't even play devil's advocate for it because I don't even understand it. You know, that step looks kind of new, so if it was something to do with that, you'd just concrete around them. You wouldn't have to chop them off, let alone just leave them floating. This is just a hell of a post we've got here, don't we? This is just confusing as anything. My goodness, I have no words for it. I cannot even explain it. I don't even understand what is going on. You've just got 2 tons of concrete or something just in columns, just suspended, just hanging off it. So yeah, well spotted. I guess maybe it wasn't very hard to spot, but still, you're out in your right place, right time then. The dividers in this stall are way too high up. They could see my thighs. Oh my goodness, that is so high. That is up to your hip when you're sitting down. Where is this so I can avoid it? See, this kind of thing, I go, surely the installers noticed. Usually they're only maximum 200, maybe 300 off at most. This is like 500 off the ground. And also, I've just noticed it looks like there's a hole in the wall back here. What is this bathroom? You might as well just put translucent sides and doors up because everyone can see what's going on anyway. And so yeah, was it the installers or was it the designers and the plan? Where did this go wrong? And how is not someone reported it and they've got this fixed? You know, toilets are definitely considered private places. And so for someone to not have gone, this is not on, we cannot have this, we're changing it tomorrow. Give me a tradie, find anyone, we're changing it. How is no one that is using this place not reporting this, going, this is not cool, you guys can't have this? I'm just sitting up and I can just look right and see the person next to me and everything that's going on. So yeah, I just don't understand how these things even get set in motion, let alone get completed, and then let alone stick around. It's just a series of no one taking responsibility or no one using their brain. So I don't know, maybe the person that posted this could fire a couple of neurons and get it fixed because obviously no one else seems to be taking credit for it. This bathroom in my dad's new house. I'm 6'1", the room is so short that I had to cut holes in the ceiling over the toilets and sinks so you can stand up. What? Oh my goodness. Like, you're 6'1". You're not tiny, but you're definitely not the tallest person in the world. There's plenty of people taller and it's up to your nose. It's what? It's like a 5'7" high roof. That is ridiculous. And then they've mounted the toilet on what looks like a foam block. What is going on in this house? What did he say? The bathroom of my dad's new house. And the fact that they've just like chopped holes in it and then over the sink as well. So you stand up in the wrong spot and you just whack the back of your head. You lean down, you whack the front of your head. Again, how do these things get through? How did the installers that were ducking when they were installing the plumbing and installing the roof not go, I think there's a problem here. Maybe we should report it. You know, that's why I just want to know, where are these things being built? The things just aren't getting checked and things just get swept under the carpet like it's nothing. It's just hilarious to think that these things that get through when so many things in construction are so particular and so done to every minute detail. And then you got things like this where the guy can't even stand up without having a hole in the ceiling. But to be honest, I'm kind of confused. If you're 6'1", your dad can't be too short. And so if he's in there, well, how did he go to this new place and not realize that this is a problem? If I was looking for places and this was it, this would just be like a complete red zone. I am not renting or buying this place You know, how is your dad okay with this? It just, none of it makes sense. So yeah, wow, I don't know. Hopefully you can get that changed so it's a bit easier to live with, but if it's an apartment, you probably can't. You know, they've got someone just above. Maybe that's why they've raised the toilet up, because your head actually sticks up into the place from the apartment above you. Like a puzzle piece to your other neighbors, you just all fit in perfectly, both horizontally and vertically. Daily pill organizer, no chance of any confusion. Saturday morning, Friday morning, Thursday noon, Thursday night. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, no, you shouldn't be having the colors daily. I guess, wait, but I guess maybe, I don't know. Would you rather them have morning, afternoon, night, or would you rather them having day by day? Probably, I guess day by day. Instead of going color to color to color, you just have it as individual days. But yeah, I really don't know how you avoid this. Maybe you just have the days all one color and then just really make the morning, noon, and night massive and bold so you can't stuff that up, hopefully. But I don't know, as a designer, you kind of would be going 50-50 on it. I mean, you should probably do some kind of crowd testing, some large mass testing to see what people actually prefer. Like, do they prefer it weekly or daily? But yeah. And then they're going, well, if you know you have 3 things a day, hopefully the colors can just help you separate 1, 2, and 3. When you look at it, it looks confusing, but when you think about it, it's less confusing, or maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think. Would this be confusing to you, or would you be able to figure it out and know what's going on? I guess you get used to it either way. And hey, if it's all you know, you're not going to get confused about it. Hopefully you can just keep it. You're like, okay, I have a yellow and then a pink and then a blue. It's too easy. Subpar ATM placement, way subpar. What is going on with this? Oh my goodness, there's no way this flew. Just the picture as well. The favorite part is just that you actually got a picture of a person using it. Not that it's just a picture, you're going, what's going on here? Oh, I see, there's a people in the way. They're just from the get-go, you just see them. Oh yeah, I'm struggling to kind of, just get around. It's all good. It's just so random. I wonder where this is. That word kind of looks Russian, but I really have no idea. This has to be something to do with the internals of the building, surely. Like just through the doors, they couldn't fit the machine in or whatever. There's some kind of wall that gets in the way. And surely you could fix this by just beefing up whatever it's supporting above him. You know, take it from a different spot. Come from this part of the ground and go up and then extend over or something. Just get that area free. Things like this are not that hard to fix if you just think about it for a second. It will never be 100%, really. Let's be honest. You can't make that just seamless unless you completely re-engineered it and got rid of all the posts. But you can just make it usable. And also the fact that it's just half up and half down the step. Like, there's just no thought was put into this at all. They just went there, they saw a gap in the wall, they put it in from the backside, and then they walked around the front and went, oh, right. Well, too late now. So yeah, really, it's just ridiculous. You know, the whole point of an ATM is to be convenient and easily located so you don't have to go to a bank to get cash out. And this just kind of makes the midpoint of that where you're going, well, it's not the bank and it's just out in the open. But really, how is that any easier? Found this on r/carpentry. I can see why someone wanted to fix this. Oh, no. What is going on there? Wait, are you standing in the door? You'd have to be standing in the door. I can only imagine that it's mirrored kind of here because otherwise that just doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that in the first place? But then this is crappy design and you never know what's going on here. So I don't know. It does make sense. You know, if this was a snaked staircase, that's exactly what you'd have, just at a more 45-degree angle. So then you could turn and go into the apartment, you know, but because it's both sides, then they have to mirror it and then share the space, and it makes it really difficult. I guess it would probably be better if you just did a half landing, but I don't know. I kind of prefer this method in a way. It is kind of strange, but it kind of is more ergonomic. You know, if you put those two triangles together, you get the same, if not more, but either way, very close to the same footprint as if you just had a landing area or whatnot. So yeah, it must be a really hard one. This one I feel as though someone thought about and made the contest decision, where the other ones, usually it looks like either no one thought about it and it didn't get executed, or there was just no thinking in general in the whole process. So yeah, I don't want to be the poor bugger that's dealing with that. Again, it's just like a 50-50. Google says the new icon is a wallet. How is this supposed to be a wallet? Google Pay is going to that. I mean, I can kind of see it. It looks more like 2 wallets than 1 wallet, realistically. It looks like 2 wallets that are sandwiching like this. And hey, if they didn't say that it was a wallet, you probably just go to, well, that's the symbol. You know, sometimes symbols don't have to mean anything. They're just an identification feature. I also wonder if it's the tilt. Like if you tilt your head, I guess it looks more like a secret S if you look on the side. And is it the colors? I guess it's Google colors. And I don't know, once you see it, you can kind of see it's a wallet. Would I have noticed that it's a wallet that if you hadn't said it that? Probably not. I would have gone more like the S, or I don't know, it's just a shape really. It kind of almost just looks like text message bubbles and whatnot. You know, you got the good people that you talk to here, your close friends, and then this color is reserved for the people you really shouldn't be talking to but have to put up with. These colors are just, I don't know, custom colors because you're using another app or whatnot. But yeah, these colors are that green isn't the nice one. So I don't know, Google has so many people and so much money to spend right at their fingertips that someone must have thought about this. This was probably $1 million logo change or something. And if that's what they're rolling with, you know, within a week you would be like, oh yeah, what was the old logo? I don't even remember. That's the wallet. That's a wallet. That's what it is. That's Google Play. It doesn't even matter. It's like, oh, now a symbol's a symbol. You'll learn what it is. My school's the official anti-bullying presentation. Every slide is the same way. What? Wait, people who bully have power over those they bully. Well, yeah, that's what it is. Thanks, Sherlock. Thanks, Batman. You just figured it out. It's so random. Why have they even done this? How do you squish all the words together? It's so weird. I don't think I've ever seen someone be able to do that. It's as if they had a whole bunch of different layers and then they just put them together. If you just made a text box and typed this out, there is no way you could get this to happen. There's no font that overlaps where it is unreadable like this. It's so weird. Every slide you'd be going, okay, bully is, I see that word. Oh, no, I give up. Just let them say it. Meanwhile, the teacher just picks a random kid in the class to read it out because they have no idea what's just being said in here. So for something that is quite a serious topic and schools put a lot of energy into, maybe someone could have put a bit more energy into proof checking, you know, the titles and the slides. So though someone's just a really good typist and they could type with their eyes closed, but they just didn't even consider looking at it again. They just went, oh, yep, people who bully have power over those they bully. It's like, okay, soon, move it on. They just didn't even see what they'd just done. So yeah, I guess it's just really quite ironic in a way that schools who always teach proof check your work and whatnot didn't obviously do that for their stuff. Steps that you can't see. Whoa, what? That is just deadly. How could someone do this to people? This has to be a form of torture or something. Like people just coming home, they don't know what they step here, they fall over, they stumble again. You just have to be a bishop and a rook and just follow one direction. There's no cutting corners here. You'll never make it down the stairs. It's only 2 stairs and you will just trip over an instant. Especially because it's just after a lift. Like you'll come out of the lift, you just expect to walk out. You won't even be looking like, where am I going? Okay, the shop's over here or whatever this is for. And then you just tumble down the stairs. You didn't even see the colors changing. There's just no definition of it. This is often why you have to put grip tape and whatnot on the edges so people can see and distinguish it, let alone just actually adding grip and whatnot. I really just want to know which way the tiles work. Did they work from the lift backwards or did they work to the lift? Because if they worked from the back of the room to the lift, you wouldn't have noticed. But imagine if they're going down and they're like, oh, okay, this is very strange. I can't even see where I'm going anymore. So yeah, I guess we can just all be glad that pure black and white tiles are not really a thing anymore. You know, it's all about marble and slate and rock and whatnot. So yeah, you shouldn't have this happening anymore unless they're doing some seriously dodgy tile work. You either wet your shoes or you do some exercise to cross this bridge. These 4 people are just clambering along the edge with their shopping and whatnot. At that point, you surely just go, stuff it. I'll take my shoes off and I'll walk straight through, get to the other side, dry my feet off and put my shoes back on. It'd be that simple. Or maybe just put a roof on it. That's another simple solution. You know, you've got exposed fluoros and lighting there, but you just don't have a roof on it. What the hell is going on here? Then no one has to walk the plank every time they want to cross this bridge and it rains. I love how every single person in this photo is on the railing or about to enter the water. You just got the perfect action shot of everyone struggling to deal with this bridge, like the daily life in whatever place this is. And it's just like, yep. You know, also imagine if you're on a bike and you just ride through and you just splash everyone and it's slowly clambering along the side. Everything about this bridge just needs a drain hole or a roof. And really, a roof would just fix all the problems because then people aren't in the rain too. So yeah, maybe this is just the bridge you have to cross to get into Ninja Warrior or something like that. They have to prove that you can even get there before you can even start the training. I saw this on a box. I don't know how to lift it like the picture said. Lift correctly. What is this alien that is just connected a hand at the hip? They're fully twisted around and their arms behind them. They've got one massive foot and one little foot and a massive head. And again, this is like a safety thing that's been printed on a million things. These kind of things often get so much attention because they are about people getting injured or being safe. Imagine they go, sorry, if you can't lift like this, you're not allowed in the company. You're fired. What do you mean? Where do you want me to be from? Jupiter? If you want me to lift like this? You want me to come straight from Chernobyl and come lift this box? What do you want? But I can't say I've ever seen this image. It's always the human forklift. I wonder where this is, but it would never fly here. Thought you had to read it in a circle. Took me a minute to figure it out. Love requires us to be when up, silent and speak. Love requires us to know when to be silent and when to speak up. It is so easy to read it in a circle. It's so weird that you'd have to read it line by line. Why would you make it curved? Make it straight lines or something. And why are you leaving a massive gap in the middle? Is this a birthday card or a business card? You're going to have a big name and a logo in the middle? It just doesn't make sense. Why would you push all the words to the corners and then have a big blank spot in the middle? I wonder how many people go, love requires know us when to silent. What? And then you go, no, I'm an idiot. Oh, love requires us to know when to be silent and to speak up. Then you go, hang on a minute. No, I'm not an idiot. This is just, why would you do it like this? So yeah, you know, it's just like the graphic designer playing a prank on people. Just like, how many idiots can I fool today? It's a little power trip when they hand it to people and they see people read and they're confused and then go, oh, and then, you know, like, yeah, that's because of me. That's because of me that you feel like you're dumb now. When in reality, it's just the designer that just kept turning the image every time they wanted to type something. So don't worry, people. It's not you. You're all right. It's just this card or whatever it is. If Tesco, Asda and Napolina can all stack, what the hell, Heinz? Oh, no, no way. They're not going to stack. I hadn't heard of the other companies, but when I heard Heinz, I kind of knew what was this direction it was going in. But yeah, okay, so we got 4. Where's the Heinz come in? Okay, Heinz beans. Yep. Oh, wait, they don't even stack individually. I thought they weren't going to stack brand to brand, but they don't stack at all. I mean, how many cans do you need to stack? How big's your cupboard where you got 6 cans of high? But yeah, the fact that all these other companies are using the same can and able to fit, then Heinz just comes along. Nah. But to be fair, they're definitely not the only ones. I've had plenty of different cans that don't work and whatnot. Yeah, it is surprising that they don't stack within their own brand. Like, I would think that would be an easier thing for shipping and handling and whatnot for them to stack, but obviously they don't care about that. So I don't know how many other brands you've tried, but maybe you just have to keep trying other brands of baked beans before you can find the right one that stacks with the rest of your cans. And the top of the month for CrappyDesign is homogeny sucks. Oh, whoa, right. I didn't even know what was going on here. Wow, so they completely updated all their new logos. But yeah, now you've got new Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Google Docs. And I actually don't know the name of the last one, but because I've never used it, but yeah, I do know of it. But I guess it makes sense. They want all their apps to be uniform across all their different platforms and all their different devices, so you have to then make it uniform and whatnot. You know what it is still. It's not like it's not going to have a name like literally just below it that you can read or just above it, wherever it may be. So I don't know, they all look different enough, and also it's your apps. You'll know where they all are. You don't even look what app you're opening once you get used to it. So yeah, whatever. I think people should just get over it. Yeah, they're simple. Yeah, they're minimalistic. Yeah, they kind of look the same. They all still look like the original ones. The old ones weren't exactly flashy either. So I don't know, people will forget about this within a week, I'm sure. But anyway, that's going to do it for CrappyDesign. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to do the YouTube analytical things down below, like liking and commenting. Other than that, I've been posting a lot of these, so maybe you want to check out some of the other ones. There's some pretty decent Reddits out there with some doozies of posts. Or maybe even consider subscribing so you don't miss another one in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.